I am Corby. You've seen me in the videos. Now we're here live. 18 minutes in, and this is going to be a regular thing. This is what you get. It's Saturday night. I worked today, so I'm tired, but this is what you get. But you know what matters is you guys matter. All things wildland, whether you're brand new, 5 years, 10 years. I only did 10, so if you're veterans longer than 10, by all means, shout it out and tell people, this channel is for everybody. I am just a mediator, but this channel is for everybody. Tonight, we've got Chardonnay. I don't just want subscribers. I want people that are going to engage. I want people that are going to ask for videos. And I'm so bummed out because I have an 18 watch out situation video that's got next to no views, but I recorded a field version of the 18 watch out situations. The audio was turned off on my phone, so it's not there. So I was at a buddy's house. It's all backwards here. This is my backyard. I can't really do a field version from my backyard because it's more important to do it in the field. So that's what I want to do. What's NPS? Oh, National Park Service. So do you have experience at all? And yeah, I'll help you however you want. You can go through my channel and watch videos. You can ask me for questions. I don't know much about the Park Service. I'm sure that there is a you got, that's good to have. Arborist. Any college, if you have, or not college, wildland courses, Firefighter 1, California State Firefighter 1, if you have that, look up the National Park Service and see what they recommend to do, and then start working on it now. Here's what I'll tell you. So with CAL FIRE in California, because obviously you're in California because you're thinking about Yosemite. Yes, I know it's Yosemite. But if you're thinking about that, look up the National Park Service and find out what they need, because you'll have an application period that comes out probably Thanksgiving time, and it's open probably till March. And they'll accept applications, and then I don't know if they do an interview, if they do a pack test, what they kind of do. You're in Virginia. Look into it, though, if you're coming to Yosemite, unless they have them in Virginia. You'd have to look in Virginia and see what they have if you're going to stay there. But if you talk to a chief out here, then that would be interesting to know. Have you watched any of my videos yet? I know I'm working on them. I know my videos. I know my videos suck. I'm going to be honest with you. I know they do because the analytics prove it. The fact that people don't watch them all the way through, and I don't have 10 billion people watching them, and unless wildland firefighting just isn't highly searched, which it's really not. Honestly, it's really not, but I'm trying to get out there. But hike, run, do PT, hike. Even if it's in your neighborhood, even if you live in a neighborhood right now, hike. Go find a park. You guys have mountains in Virginia. Even if you, oh, thank you, I appreciate it. Even if you, did you subscribe to the channel once you found it? Even if you're in Virginia, you have the beach. If you put weight on your back and you go to the beach and walk in the sand, that's difficult to walk in. It's not hilly, but you're going to get exercise. But all I can say is hike and run. I was terrible at running. I was terrible at running, terrible at it. I still am. I appreciate it. I really appreciate it. and I'll help you. And if you're watching, if you watch any of the videos or you have any questions, my phone is always on. And when you guys leave comments on videos, I see them. They pop up almost instantly. And if I'm at work, I can't really respond to them because I like to read them and pay attention to them and then respond. So I usually will that night. So if you have any questions about anything, pick a video, please watch the video, and I'll get to your boot recommendation in just a second. Jesus, I'll get to that in just a second. If you have any questions on any videos or anything, just let the video play through. Because when you let the video play through, it helps push the video out further to more wildland firefighters that want to see this. And I really, really want to help you guys. I really do. I really do. Um, so when I was in, I tried the 345 pound tonight and passed. I don't know what that is. So boot recommendations. Boot recommendations. When I was in, I wore whites, and whites were good boots. They're hardy. But they would last. You could get 2.5 seasons out of them, and then in the wintertime, you'd have to send them in to get rebuilt, and the rebuild was half the cost of the boots. So I paid $500 for the boots. That's a story in itself. But I paid $500 for the boots, and then the rebuild is about 250. I've got two more suggestions. Nick's. They're covered in poison oak right now, so I'm not going to bring them in. But Nick's boots, I'll do a video on these. I'll do a video on boots for you guys. Nick's boots, they are like tennis shoes. They're like if you're gonna go on a date and you're gonna put on Vans and you're going to a casual, you've been out with this girl for like 3 or 4 times. That's bad. That's awesome. 3 miles an hour, 45 minutes with a 45-pound pack. That's really good. That is really, really good, actually. Um, Pay is so different from here and there. Hold on, I'll get back to that. Let's continue with boots for a second. So with the boots, with these Knicks, they're like tennis shoes. Like I was saying, if you went on a date and you put on a pair of Vans, comfortable pair of shoes to go to a casual dinner and a date or whatever, dinner or movie, when you put your foot in this boot, it's like walking on a. You can be in this boot for 24 hours because we did 24-hour shifts on the line. Even when we were at the fire station, I wore them 24 hours. Well, obviously not at night, but um, Nick's boots are super, super comfortable. The insides wear out kind of fast. I still use them to this day, and it's easy to get my boot in and out. They're still super comfortable, and it's like walking on a cloud from the day you put them on. There's no break-in period like the whites. Whites have a huge break-in period, but I'm not sponsored. I have zero sponsorships. I have zero. I have affiliate links to sunglasses on my channel, which are Nevin sunglasses. I have affiliate links for that, but I don't have anything else. I'm not sponsored by anybody. Nobody's paying me for any of this. But JK Boots, they're in Washington. They make them in Washington. JK Boots are supposed to be the baddest of bad boots. I've never worn them. I've had a whole lot of people talk about them, but I've never worn them. And if I wasn't trying to save money for Video Ranking Academy through Think Media to help this channel grow bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, I would buy a pair of JK boots. Big choice between that and a better camera. But this works just fine. And I've got a GoPro that I use sometimes. That works fine. JK boots. Look them up. The choices. When a woman walks into a sandal store or a woman walks into a Coach outlet store, my wife likes Coach, so she's got a lot of Coach purses. Their store online and the stores that they show, I'm pretty sure they're in Washington State, is endless. Endless. JK Boots or Nick's. That would be my top two. Making a video about pay. I can, but I'd have to research that for sure. The pay varies so much. Like, so take Cal Fire, for example, in California. You got paid once a month. So you had to budget. You had to budget, severely budget. And the nice thing was you got your paycheck. I'm on my computer, so the screen is backwards. So this is my left hand, which looks right to you guys, and this is my right hand, which is like The pay, you got your normal pay, you got your normal pay, and then you had your overtime pay. And they usually came like 8 days later, so you could kind of budget. But we were paid, when I was there, we were paid minimum wage, $1 over minimum wage. But the way it worked out with our schedule, it was roughly, it was like 4,500 a month plus overtime. So, and then you had planned overtime, which is you worked a 96-hour shift, but your last 36 hours was all overtime. The way it worked out. And then you had 4 days off. So that 4 days was all overtime. And then if you came back to work for your 72 hours, you worked your 72 hours. And then if they had a staffing pattern and you didn't get to go home for 4 days, or you were at a fire or something, you'd get 96 hours of overtime. So the half the time in the summertime, your overtime check would be almost double what your regular check would be. And then some of us knew how to work the system, and you would go exempt on that, and you could not pay taxes on it. But you could only do that like once or twice, because then the IRS would catch up, and you could do you'd have to pay a lot more. But you were allowed to do it like once a year, once or maybe twice a year. But you really had to pick and choose when you did it, so you were getting it at the right time. We lost a subscriber, but there's hopefully the two of you are still back. So Cal Fire didn't pay hazard pay because we were paid 24 hours a day, portal to portal. But the feds, I would have to do some research on the feds. So the federals, I think they worked 16-hour shifts, and you had to have 8 hours off. And I don't know how the hazard pay worked, but I think if you were on hotline, like cutting direct hotline, you got hazard pay. Or like, for example, if you're an arborist and you were like, say you were in hand line and cutting hand line, and then maybe they needed a bunch of trees fallen, and you were qualified to do that, and you say for like 4 hours just cut hazard trees that were on fire that were like 9,000 feet tall. Okay, not that tall, 100 feet, whatever. You'd get hazard pay for that. So I didn't work federal, and I didn't really know about it until after I got out of the fire service and started watching the Anchor Point podcast and how the federal government works and how hot shots work and how the Forest Service works, that they do hazard pay. But with Cal Fire, you were paid 24/7. And if you're thinking about moving from Virginia out here to California, and you're interested in Cal Fire, which I would suggest, I would still be doing it if I could today. I really would. I would go that route, because in certain areas of California, you can still run city calls, you can still run medical aids because they have contracts within cities, but then you also do the wildland, so you do both, the best of both worlds. You can be a paramedic and work in Cal Fire, or you can be a helicopter pilot. You can be on a helitech crew. You can be on a bulldozer. You can be in a hand crew. There's options are endless. You can be in the command center, all kinds of stuff. So it's the options are endless. The Anchor Point, Anchor, ANCHOR, Anchor Point podcast. And if you're going to watch that, the guy's name is Brandon. I've never met him. I've talked to him on social media a couple of times. I haven't listened to his podcast in quite a while because I'm focused on YouTube and growing this channel and my other channel. And he was a former hotshot. And if you're going to look that up, just start, don't dive in, just go all the way back, because I did it when I found him. I did it, and go to season 1, episode 1, and just binge listen. And it's stories from fellow firefighters about everything and anything wildland related, but they're specific to the Forest Service. So nationally, where if I ever did one of those, it would be statewide, because that's all I know. But he's based in Nevada. He lives in Nevada, and that's where he does it from. Anchor Point podcast. Really, you'll binge watch it. You will binge watch it. Like I said, I would love to be on there and share my story and talk to him, and I've talked to him about it, but I've never I've never met him. Like I said, no sponsors, no nothing. I'm just a little guy here. Line pack. When I was in, we used Wolfpack gear, which I still use today when I go up into the woods and help my buddy cut brush and trees and stuff like that. Now it's Mystery Ranch. Mystery Ranch. And in fact, the Anchor Point podcast is sponsored by Mystery Ranch. And Mystery Ranch was just bought out by Yeti, I do believe. I haven't paid any attention to it because that makes me sad, but Mystery Ranch. And their Mystery Ranch is, what's their slogan? I can't think of it right now. Mystery Ranch. Just Google Mystery Ranch, and it's they are in the United States. I think they're in Bozeman, Montana, and it's all former firefighters that make the wildland packs, and they've got everything. In fact, I should do a video. I don't know if I have a video. I do. Watch the video on here on my channel about the Strike Team toiletries bag. Those are Mystery Ranch Zoid bags. They're about yay big, and they can fit all your toiletries for your Strike Team bag in there. Go check that video out. It's pretty cool, I think. And everything that you can fit in them. I have 2 of them, and I use them for my vlogging gear and all that. Definitely Mystery Ranch. Like I said, if I was in it today, I would spend a lot of money there. Their packs aren't cheap either. Probably another... The line pack's probably anywhere from $300 to $500, but I think they have a lifetime. I'm pretty sure they have a lifetime warranty, and when they get tore up, you can send them in and they fix them for you. A lung injury. Not from fighting fire. When you are a fireman, and I'm sure you'll find this out if you decide to go to Park Service or any fire department for that matter, it doesn't matter where, all across the United States. I'm sure in Virginia it's just the same. Jesus, where are you? What part of this country are you in, or world for that matter? We had a kitchen that needed remodeling, and I swore I did a video on this, and I started to create another video on it and know that I recorded it. Arizona. So you guys, you're going to be in the same boat. We remodeled the kitchen. Here, I'll tell you the story and I'll show you a picture. We were remodeling the kitchen at the fire station. Let me rephrase that. We weren't doing anything. I was, because my partner, I don't know where he was, and my captains were somewhere else. I don't know. Anyways, I was tearing out all the kitchen cabinets and taking them out into the debris box in the front yard. We had a big, huge front yard that we had like 2 debris boxes in, and I was just throwing it straight in there because I like a tidy, clean mess. I like a tidy, clean mess. I wanted it clean, and so I would tear it out and then go put it in and, clean up and make it look nice. Well, to the right, the kitchen sink was the last cabinet to come out, and so the kitchen sink sat like this. The kitchen sink would be like the camera, and then the wall came to a corner, and then this wall came out, and right in this corner, when I took it out behind the dishwasher, I'm looking for it, and I'll show you. I still have it, and I actually still have the last video of the last fire I was on. That is an entire, so the kitchen cabinet, everything's backwards on my phone, so I'm trying to figure out which way. So the painted line right there at the top, that would be the backsplash, where the backsplash was, is the counter. So up here is all paint, and then back here is the cabinet, and then down here was the floor. This is the tile floor, and right here is where the cabinet was. So all that was black mold. All that is black mold, and then the other wall goes out that way, right there. That's the corner, and that black mold right there is on the other corner. So these two corners met, and then this was the dishwasher sat right in this corner. And that was the dishwasher. It's an entire wall of black mold. And I was in there a half an hour after I found it, cleaning my mess. And that's the picture of the kitchen from a distance. And then the black mold is down in that corner behind the visqueen. We put visqueen in there to kind of protect it so that it wouldn't come out. And then that was that island right there. That was a peninsula. That was the last thing that I was going to rip out. The rest of it was gone. That and the refrigerator was plugged in the office. We had an extension cord into the office, and the refrigerator was going there next. That's where the black mold was in that corner right there. And that, like I said, that was where the dishwasher was. And we went on a fire. I'm sorry, we stayed in the fire station. After that happened, we were in the fire station, and then I lost my train of thought. We got a strike team assignment, and we went to Army base in Southern California, and it was a live Army shooting range. And they said, hey, if we get a fire here, we don't put the fire out, we burn it off. So they had 50 caliber machine guns being shot, like long range shooting, like 400 or 500 yards. And they caught on fire. And they said, hey, we're getting a call for a fire. You guys want to go with us? And we're like, yeah, we'll go. How many drip torches you got? I don't know. We had like 2 or 3 of them. So we got the fire, and it was like a little quarter-acre fire. And they said, you guys want to just, instead of putting it out, you guys want to just like burn 1,000 acres? Like, yeah. So I got a drip torch, and I had a trainee with me at the time and my captain. And so I put down, I don't even know, 3 or 4 cans worth of gas and diesel on the drip torch, and we were burning out, and we had another crew behind us. So one crew goes one way, and the other crew goes to the other side and burns behind you, so you guys don't have the flames coming at each other. They kind of suck into each other, and you can burn a plot together. It's kind of a cool technique. And like after my 3rd can, I talked to my partner. I was like, hey, do you want to do this? He's like, yeah, I want to try. So we got him in there, and then the captain's like, do you mind if I take over with him and you drive the fire engine? And I was like, yeah, that's not a problem. And I have another video, and I'll show you something. And it's still, I took this picture on our way home. It's like the day after. And I started coughing, like severely coughing, and couldn't breathe. That's my final ride. That's my final front seat ride in a fire engine on our way home. I have no idea why I took that picture. 2017. I have no idea why I took that picture. I was sitting in the front seat, coughing like I couldn't believe, sick as a dog, couldn't hardly breathe. No idea why I took that picture. That's my final ride, like 3 exits from their fire station. I have no idea why I took that picture. My final ride. But I have the video of when we were doing the backburning. That was me after, I think, taking a break after like the 1st or 2nd drip torch at the same fire. That's me driving. So they're out in front of me, and I was just like behind them driving. This is kind of hard to do backwards and upside down, inside out. But I was driving behind them, just holding the line. And I had the pump going, and right outside the window of the fire engine, We had hose reels. I'm sure you guys know what hose reels are, but I had a hose reel right outside, and then I had looped around I had it underneath it looped like Christmas strings, and then it looped underneath the mirror, and I had the nozzle. Where's my microphone? Check, 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 check. I had the nozzle in the window with me, so if I needed to put something out real quick, I could, but it was just short little grass. And so after that, I came home, made an appointment with my doctor, and 2017, we got married in 16. So with my wife with me, we got married in 2016. That's a whole nother story in itself. We got married in 2016. So 2017, when I got home, I said I need to go see the doctor. And I had already had some medicine from like urgent care that we had gone to later that night after it happened. And went to my doctor. What's your favorite thing to do? Go ahead. There's three of you. I know Jesus and BM Co. What's your favorite thing to do? Go ahead, write it. Oh wait. Go ahead in the comments right there. What's your favorite thing to do? Oh, Jesus is here. Go ahead and tell me what's your favorite thing to do, because I know you guys are listening to the story. Explore new places. What if you went to your doctor and your doctor told you that you like to explore new places and you live in Virginia and you and your girl love to fly? Disneyland is her favorite spot. But you know you can't drive to Disneyland because from Virginia to Disneyland is probably a 9 hour, 3 day drive. And your doctor tells you you can never get on an airplane again because if you do, you will blow and rupture your eardrums and you'll never hear a day in your life ever again. So don't ever, for the rest of your life, get on an airplane. I walked into that doctor's office not knowing what to expect, and I explained the entire situation to him. And it had not yet made it to workman's comp. And my doctor said, "You have reactive airway disease. It's when the deep tissues deep in your lung get infected." And the next words out of his mouth, it's true. The next words, with my wife sitting right next to me, the next words that came out of his mouth were, "You will never be able to get on a fire engine ever again." Today is August 9th, 2026. That was May of 2017. And that picture I showed you of me in the front seat of that fire engine, when I say that was my last drive, my last ride in a fire engine, it was the last time I was ever in a fire engine. To this day, never thought that the day I took my equipment off that fire engine, I would ever be able to get on it again. No. No. You could ask 100 firemen right now that are medically retired if any of them had black mold. I'd be willing to bet there might be 2 out of 100. Might. But I wouldn't even give it 2. But it's still the best job in the world. The best job. Like I said, if I could do it today, I would turn in everything I could right now to go back and do it again. When it's in your blood, it's in your blood for life. It's an addiction. It's a drug. The thrill of the chase. It's been a long time. I could tell you guys a lot of stories. I have a lot of mental health. A lot of mental health. And sharing it with you guys is going to help me get through it. I need some more vino. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. That's. Mm-hmm. So my idea for this channel is to help people like you. Like I'll stay on the live. I'd like to go to bed at 9 o'clock because it's been a long week and I only have tomorrow off because I work today. But to help you guys to answer these questions, I don't have the current greatest and latest because I haven't been in 9 years, so I don't know the current greatest and latest. This is all stuff that I hear, like the boots and the pack. Mystery Ranch, and JK boots or Nicks. Nicks are cheaper, but I think JKs will last you longer. But their boots are like anywhere from $500 to $600, and they're probably about half that to have them rebuilt probably every 2 years. So I hear you, bro. I hear you. Watch the videos and give me your honest opinion. If you have time, there's different playlists. They go all out. And like I said, my videos aren't very good. I'm still learning. I'm still trying to figure this out. But I'm working on making more field type, like the 18 situations that shout watch out. I have one on here, like I was saying earlier. I don't know if you were here yet, but I have an 18 watch out situation, but I did it in my backyard. I did it back there in the backyard. Yeah, that's great. But I recorded one out in the, I have a buddy that's got 20 acres about an hour from where I live. So I went out there and recorded it. The audio was turned off. So you couldn't hear anything I said. So I need to re-record it. But it will give you more practical, like fire not scouted or sized up. In country not seen in daylight. Taking a nap on the fire line. Sure, I can talk to you all about it right there in my backyard with the lights. That's the ring light that I'm using for viewing for you, and that light over there is in the kitchen. So, but that's the backyard. That's our awning in our backyard, and I'm in the dining room table. But fire not scattered or sized up. How am I supposed to explain that? In country not seen in daylight. How am I supposed to explain the canyon to you or a mid-slope road at daytime versus nighttime and show you the difference between the two in my backyard? I'm not. So we need to take it outside. We need to take it and show you guys how to sharpen a chainsaw. Like that's highly searched for on YouTube right now. And there's a lot of videos about it, but not recent videos. So I want to create that too. But I work 60 hours a week in my regular job, so it's kind of hard. But I really, really, really want to help you guys. I do shorts. I don't do. I'm not. I have Instagram for reels, but I don't. Nobody that I work with, nobody that I work with knows anything about my YouTube channels. I don't tell them. I have two. I deleted a YouTube channel today because I'm going to start a third YouTube channel about a completely separate topic, and I already have a second YouTube channel about a completely separate topic. It's nothing related to this, but I'm going to start a third one, and nobody knows about. Nobody at work knows that I have YouTube channels. I don't tell them. It's none of their business. And I hope that there's more people like you. And I'm glad they're there for you guys. I'm glad that I'm glad that, and I hope that you guys share these and tell people about it, you know? And I'm gonna try to include, and it's hard to do, like my other channel, when I do videos, I try to, when I talk about something, I'm kind of changing that's a catastrophe. It's got nothing to do with wildland firefighting, but I try to, if I tell a story, I try to relate it to your own life. But that's really hard to do with, like, if I'm going to explain how to do the 10s and 18s, or let's just say how to sharpen a chainsaw. That's really hard to compare to how to sharpen your life. But I'm going to try to. And here's one tip for you guys, the two of you that are still here. Here's one tip for you that will work for both home and the fire station. Give me 2 minutes because I'm going to go get some more vino. And I'm going to tell you, don't go anywhere. There's two of you. I know you're not going. I'm coming right back. I got a tip for you that will help you as soon as tomorrow for the rest of your life. You probably already do it. It's not brushing your teeth. It's not taking a shower. I'll be right back. I promise you. I'm going to leave you in suspense, but I'm going to tell you. Okay. Come on. No. Just two. Yeah. Did you guess? Go ahead, take a guess. I told you I'd be right back. I told you I'd be right back. Do you guys have Pete's Coffee on the East Coast or in Arizona? Don't say. I'm not interested to know if you have that other that ends in starts in S. I'm not interested in that. I want to know like when I retire. Um, I want to do a coffee channel. Pete's Coffee is my favorite. Pete's Coffee is my favorite. This cup is from Pete's Coffee. I want it at a Nescafe. Nescafe. I'm too poor to afford Nescafe. Okay, listen, you guys. Listen. I don't care. I don't care if I reach one person or I reach 100,000 people. If there's one person watching, whenever there's two or more present, Jesus is with you. If there's more than one person here, even if there's one person here, two people here, make your bed every day. It doesn't matter if you do it as soon as you get up, but typically we do it when we do morning reset chores around the house. When I'm not here in the wintertime, I am because I don't work a lot in the winter, but my wife does it. If you make your bed, if you get out of bed, say you get out of bed and you make coffee and then you go do whatever you do, and then you forget about your bed and your bed is tore up from the floor up, and then you go home at the end of the day and you make your lunch for tomorrow, you make your dinner, you take a shower, and then you look in your bedroom and you go, I never made my bed. Ugh. Set the alarm 5 minutes earlier. 5 minutes early. 5 minutes. It don't matter if you sleep peacefully or if your bed is tore up from the floor up. 5 minutes. My wife looks at me and says, "What do you do to our bed in every single night?" And she has it made in 5 minutes. If you make your bed every single day, and at the beginning of the day, when you brush your teeth, get dressed, do your hair, makeup, if you're no, there's no ladies right here right now, but whatever, throw 5 more minutes in your morning routine. And it's going to give you two huge tips for the day. One topic can give you two huge tips. The first tip is you're going to feel like when you get in your car and drive away and go to work, or if you work from home and you're in your office and you look across the house or your apartment, wherever you're at, and you look in your bedroom, you go, I made my bed today. I completed, like brushing your teeth, that's not a task. Getting dressed, could be a task, not really. If you look in your bedroom during the day, or you go to work for 8, 10, 12 hours, however many hours a day you work, and you look at your bed as you leave and it's made, and you come home at the end of the day and you're like, you had a great day and you're ready to hit the hay and hit it again tomorrow, or you had a terrible day and nothing went your way and you get home, you'll know walking in your front and or back door that when you go put your shoes and socks away or however you end your evening, glass of wine, iced tea, water, whatever you do, if you look in your room and your bed's made, You can legitimately, if you're not hungry and you're single, even if you're not single and you have a significant other or you have kids and everything, when it's time, you can plop your little booty on the bed and it's made. Your sheets are ready for you. If you've got a lovey on your bed, it's ready for you. If your pillow is fluffed or flat, medium or soft, however you wear your pillow, do me a favor. If you don't take one word of advice from me, make your bed. There's an admiral in the military, and he gives a commencement speech at a college graduation, and that is his number one tip. That's how he opens his commencement speech to this university graduating. Make your bed. And he explains exactly that. Because you'll have one task completed in the morning. And if you do one task, you'll do a second, a third, a fourth. And like I said, if you have a good day or a bad day, when you get home at night, your bed will be made and you'll be able to plop down and go, take the day away and start over. Make your bed. You will thank me. I promise you. What's next? I appreciate that they came in clutch. I appreciate it. I really do. And they're starting to gain traction. I've gotten some new subscribers. You know what? Hey, BMKO. BMKO. Next Friday, 8:30, come back, bud. I'll be here. Like I said, you have any questions? Anytime. 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 Have any questions? Pick a video. Write a comment. It comes right here. Right on the screen. Shows up. There's Mama right there. 9:30 where I'm at. Right there. I'm here for you guys. I appreciate you. Jesus, you got anything else? What else you got? Because I got that much left in me. I do have a video I want to record, but I don't think I'm going to do it tonight. It's for the new channel I'm starting. BMKO, good night, buddy. Thank you for being here. I hope I help you. And like I said, anything, they're always there. And if I don't answer right away, I will answer you. I promise you. Peace. Make your bed tomorrow morning. Jesus. Melatonin. I got Benadryl sitting right over there. I feel you. Do you have any questions? All right, buddy. You know what? I made it an hour. That's what I wanted to do. I made it an hour. Next Friday, even if it's just the two of you. Now you know somebody else that's in the fire service. Yeah, different side of the country. We got it covered though. Next Friday, 8:30. There'll be a video out this week. I don't know what it's going to be on yet because I didn't go to the country. You need anything this week, just leave me a comment. Even if it's not fire related, you need enthusiastic, you need prayer, whatever. Have a good night, buddy. I appreciate you being here. We'll do this again next week live for sure. Same place. And there'll be some videos. And if you got a video idea, let's do it. Like I said, the pay one will be hard. But I could do some research and do it. I'm going to hit the end stream. I've got the mouse on the end stream. You got any other questions before we go, buddy? Have a good night.